channeling a spell. This is going to be a Fire Raga. It doesn't kill someone, Helena. It kills Naya to land a kill. Oh my god! Here, apparently not, because she is going for the back line. This is instant casting. Might have a chance. It is it. What's up, everybody? My name is Kason, and welcome back to the WDL. This is the Season 4 Heindler Cup Championship, and we have two teams facing off against each other today in a best of three. It is Dawn, Coach of Inquisition, the 4 seed, versus the 6-seeded Odaiba Diver of Odaiba Diving School. 12-3 record versus 11-4 record. I don't think anybody really anticipated these two teams being the two teams standing at the end of this competition, but that is what's happening. They have already qualified for Champions League, but only one is going to hoist that trophy for this cup, and it is going to be interesting to see who pulls it off. I think Dawn won this matchup in the regular season, but I think this series honestly could go either way. So I think it should be a lot of fun to watch, and ultimately should be really, really cool to shoutcast for me personally. So guys, I am really excited to get into this. Dawn has been crushing it all season with especially his Axe team. Shout out to Summer Kilfe, who really hasn't had much run in the other leagues, but Dawn has been absolutely slapping fools with her, and it has been really cool to watch. For Odaiba Diver as well, obviously he's put in work with that Helena the Black Rose, but for the most part, the Rulgia and Alaya Missile team has been just chunking teams like crazy. Another team that is pretty unique to his roster and has also been really, really cool to watch. So ultimately, guys, should be a fun best of 3. I'm hoping for 3 games. Well, let's jump into it and find out who is going to hoist the Heindler Cup trophy. Heading into the Heindler League Grand Finals, we have two teams facing off against each other. Neither team has lost a single battle in the playoffs up to this point, but something's got to give. They're going up against each other this time, and Spirit of Wazette coming out from the Glaciella Flag Bearer, as it looks like a full Axe team coming out from the side of Dawn and Inquisition. Odaiba running a team that we haven't seen in a while. It's normally the Missile team or the Helena team, but the Glaciella coming out, this should be interesting. Axeman's adaptability coming out from the Halloween Lucio, so he's going to have that big physical health shield. This could be pretty valuable. However, I will say Camilo does have a barrier break in his kit in that sniper sub job. Curious to see if he's running that. Glaciella Flagbearer somehow or sometimes can struggle with breaking the barriers unless she is very, very close. So we'll have to see how this goes here. As the Bar Arrow Protector coming out from Helena, this could turn the fight a little bit on its head, as that Earth and wind resistance will be valuable against both the Cyrell and the Halloween Lucio. So Glaciella getting another buff, starting to walk forward, and you can see right there is that sniper sub job for the Camilo. He's going to pop the target. He's got defense piercing up, and the fight should kick off very shortly as a Keen Blade coming out from the side of Dawn. This could be huge because the entire team is going to go back to back here. Constricting Cleave starting off with 4,600 damage is a very nice start. Cyrell might just be able to clean up this Camilo right here. Not quite. It looks like only 3,300 damage is not enough. Halloween Lucio will put him down before he's able to go for the barrier break, though, and he's going to haste himself up, which is pretty massive as well. Not pretty much any damage onto the Glaciella. 105. That has got to be an insane amount of Earth and AoE resistance. I expect nothing less, but the Summer Fatale coming out from the Summer Kilfe doesn't have the elemental resistance for that. 2,800 is a good start. The CT down can be pretty massive too, and looking at the turn order, that makes a huge difference. Glaciella is now way down in the turn order. The haste could make the difference from the Helena. No, it does not. Disrupting Axe Throw going to do only 979, but there's a really nice slash chain right now. Can Lucio do anything? Apparently not. Apparently he's not in range to deal damage. That was very, very strange. The barrier break lance hits all 3. They are unfortunately stacked up perfectly for this Glaciella here, as Summer Kilfe coming in for the Constricting Cleave, doing a lot of damage to the Helena, but the carry of Odaiba's team is still very, very healthy. Dispel Slam going to do 2,700. That's a nice start. Does get rid of the haste. And looking at the turn order, Helena is up next. Cyrell goes right after. If she can get a Twisting Dissipator, it could be massive, but the Cura is too fast. 1,800, is it enough to change the tide of the fight? Stunblade comes out, 4,300. The Paralysis does not land. 92 AP for the Glaciella should be plenty. She might be able to find her triple cross on all 3. Can she do it? No, she's going to do one better. She's going to go for the Valkyrie Burst. This is the limit break, and now the question is, does she have the accuracy for Lucio? 11,900 damage onto him. I will say she sure does have the accuracy for it, and it looks like Odaiba is in a fantastic start here in game 1 to take the first game of this series. Helena's going to start channeling a spell. I don't think Cyrell has anything, It looks like she's not even going to get a chance as the standard attack comes in, 3k damage, and the Glaciella Flag Bearer, something I did not expect to see in this series. It is just absolutely popping off in game number 1. One thing I will say, this game could have easily went either way, I think. Glaciella was actually quite low. The fact that Halloween Lucio never actually got to attack on that one turn and had to move down from the cliff, that positioning worked out perfectly for Odaiba as all 3 got stacked up for the barrier break lance. If she's not able to find that, I don't think they win that fight. So I'm curious to see if Dawn brings the same thing for game 2 or if he switches it up. Heading into game number 2 of this best of 3, Dawn looking to try and make a comeback, and this is a very interesting team coming out from his side. It looks like Odaiba is running the Helena the Black Rose, but Dawn saying in the grand finals, Helena does not scare me. I'm running a bunch of low-cost units together. I don't know if it's the smart, optimal strategy, but we're going to see if it pays off here. As the Ashen Seal coming out from the Surge, as Camilo going to buff and start walking forward as well. And can these 3 super undercosted units take down probably the most broken unit in the game, or at least is available in WDL? I think this is a record low team cost for Dawn. I think this is 110. We'll see if it pays off though, as the position for Prosperity coming out. Nice little AP bonus for the team. And the Hex of Undoing on the Helena. She is going to get plenty of opportunities to get pretty much every buff she wants off. So far has not used that physical barrier, so that could be helpful for the side of Dawn here, as target is here for Camilo. Sharp Spear Resolute on the side of Surges. The Spirit Up might help a little bit, but he's going to need a lot more than that to be able to live through this Helena. Is there a chance in hell for this undercosted team to try and bring this to a game 3 over Helena? It certainly would make a statement if they are able to pull this off. Etra is now out of buffs. However, I will say she does have a chance to Berserk. She did use that Vega TMR early in the fight. I forgot to mention that here is the Black Rose Helena TMR used by the newer version of the Helena. Magic Wall for Camilo is a 90% magic health barrier, or magic shield barrier. I got bad news for Camilo, though. This is 3 physical units. Surge Strike going to start off the fight with 2,800 damage. Surges should be able to follow up. Leaping Assault is 5,300, dropping the defense piercing as well and getting a regen. This Camilo is quite low. Lisette might be able to take her off. Take her out. I think Ishtola is going for a heal. Taunting Spell on the Lisette, though, means she now has hate. Curata comes in for 4694. Will he be able to live another hit? And will any of these units be able to live another hit, as it looks like Helena is now ready to drop an AoE nuke on their heads on at least 2 of them. Does she have the accuracy? Etra is a pretty dodgy unit. We'll have to see here as the Rose Fulmination comes in. The Limit Break. 9,000 damage onto the Etra. 6k onto the Lisette. And I think Odaiba can smell the championship right now. Camilo is going to go next. 91 AP. Should be able to take out this Lisette, I would think. Don't know what her pierce resistance is, but he's going to go to the skies. Jump come in for 6k. And this fight is all but over. Dawn, I think we just wanted to pretty much style in terms of this finals. I think after game 1 and losing that, it looks like the Leaping Assault is going to get double dodged here. Ultimately wanted to use his low-cost units and give them a moment to shine here, so we'll see. Helena coming in with the Rose Blast, 4,400 damage. Remove Re-Raise Shield. I don't think Surges has a Re-Raise removal in his kit, as Camilo is going to go to the skies for a second time. Dragon Dive is just about going to end Surges' life, but Ishtola might be able to claim the kill. She cannot. She's standard attacks for 200. Maybe Surges can get a kill and bring Ishtola down with him. He most certainly can. The Vacuum Slash is going to take her out. And very fittingly, Helena, the Black Rose, the strongest unit on Odaiba's team, is going to finish the job. The Briarbind comes in for 2,800, and that is a series win and a championship win in the Heindler League for Odaiba Diving School and Odaiba Diver. Huge, huge, huge congratulations to Odaiba. Honestly, well played by Dawn, especially in fight number 1. For anybody watching, I just want to point out, because I did reach out to Dawn about this. Dawn was not purposely trying to lose. He did actually use a couple of really interesting TMR techs to try and pull this off, but he honestly all season really didn't get a chance to use some of these units that he did in game number 2 with some of these low cost options. He felt like he never actually got an opportunity, and he realized that even though it was the finals, ultimately he thought that this may be his last game, and he wanted to go out of the bang with some of those low cost options. So I don't fault him for that, and ultimately it doesn't take anything away from Odaiba, who had a really, really impressive run in the playoffs with not dropping a single game this entire run. Guys, with the season over and done with, regular season and playoffs, everything has been already completed, and Odaiba Diver is the last man standing. Honestly, coming into the playoffs as the 6th seed, I don't think many people expected this. I think everybody knows that he's a great player, but honestly, did not expect this kind of run. He literally didn't lose a single battle in the playoffs. Every single series in the Heindler League was a 2-0, which unfortunately for me as a caster is a little disappointing because you like to see 3 games, but ultimately I think the better player won in every single series, and that's kind of how it played out. So ultimately at the end of the day, I think the series was a lot of fun. I think game 1 was really competitive. It felt like it could go either way, honestly. Game 2, I talked to Dawn about it after the fact because I wanted to just clarify that he was trying to win, honestly, because he was running 3 really low-cost units. And honestly, he broke down his thought process with some unique TMR usage and stuff like that. And he definitely wasn't trying to lose. He was trying to win, but he was trying to win with units that he never really got a chance to use throughout the season. And even though I felt like he could probably run a team that was a little more competitive in the finals, he ran a team with 110 costs that actually did a good chunk of damage to the other team, and he brought out units who don't get a chance to shine, and ultimately, that is what the WDL is supposed to be about. From the moment we created it, this was supposed to be a league that gave a chance to units who don't get to see a lot of play. So shout out to Dawn for, in the grand finals of a championship, basically bringing out 3 low-cost units and trying to win with them. I know this is going to pretty much go straight to 25th Bam's heart, as that is what he likes to do too, but that is not taking anything away from Odaiba Diver and his championship. Honestly, this run has been really impressive, and he's very, very well deserving of winning this season for Heindler Cup. So both of these 2 teams have qualified for that Champions League, but ultimately Odaiba Diver is going to get that Discord title and the championship trophy for this league. So guys, all 3 promotional divisions are now over and done with. All we have left is to see who wins the Champions League, and that is going to come out either tomorrow or 2 days from now. It depends. We'll have to see how that goes. But ultimately, guys, this was a lot of fun. Shout out to the Heindler League and all the players who basically stayed with it and were good sports about things throughout the season. I know we had multiple people drop out, and there were some tough things, honestly, if I'm being honest, in this league. But ultimately, for everybody who was, patient and professional about it, just know that I really, really appreciate it. So thank you everybody who was a part of this league, and thank you everybody for watching. And until next time, have a wonderful day.